dandelion. Making a dieter's tea. We'll give a few people some time just to log in.
Do we need any soft ambiance music going in the background?
What's up, everybody? We're gonna get started in just another minute. How much longer are we waiting? Let me know. They gonna let me. You cannot do a detox without red clover. If you don't know what red clover is, ask somebody. Blood cleanser. This is red clover. Pretty much grows everywhere. You can find red clover being grown right here in Georgia. This is totally my passion right here. I love, out of all that I do, I love blending. It's just something about playing in the herbs, you know, putting them together. Just a few more seconds, about 30 more seconds, we're gonna jump in, y'all. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Fresh from Earth. We are a handcrafted urban tea bar located right here in Atlanta, Georgia. So what we do, we specialize in herbs, everybody. So all of these jars you see behind me, we carry over 120 herbs from all around the world. So with these herbs, we make all different types of plant-based medicine. Energy, detox, testosterone. You know, we aid people in building immune systems that can support them through cancer battles. I mean, you name it. We have seen it all inside of a herb shop. Plant-based medicine is nothing new. It has been around for the rock of ages. So we just want to take tonight to jump into the power of detox using plant-based medicine. What organs in your body you need to nurture to make sure that they're properly functioning. Because detoxification is so important. In fact, if we had a culture that supported more detoxification, we would see a reduction inside of sickness. Because sickness occurs because so much buildup happens in the body. Heavy metal toxins from our environment. Our foods have different variations of things placed inside of it. So every now and then the body just gets really, really full, and it's looking for a way to push out all of these unhealthy things. And when that doesn't happen, that's when sickness has a breeding ground. That's when sickness can occur. So we want to talk about the power of detox and building a powerful immune systems, and just going through a product demonstration, because oftentimes when we think detox, I don't know what comes to your mind when you hear detox. Some people think of their liver. Some people think my hair detox, my skin detox. How do I do a full body detox? So I have outlined quite a few different detoxes, and we'll talk about when to use them, how to use them. If you guys have questions at home tonight, get your questions answered. Because right now, specifically in our brown communities, we are not talking about health enough. And if we can honestly learn the power of detox, you might not know every one of these herbs. But if you know how to activate your kidney, your liver, get some blood cleansing, just in that move alone from your kitchen, you're going to build a powerful immune system. You know, let thy food be thy medicine, and thy medicine be thy food. Because it's so important to eat our way to good health, okay? So we're going to just jump right in. Feel free, Carlos, to shoot us questions, because different people have questions. But I'm going to start talking about just detox from an important place, which is hydration. So the first thing I have set out is the Fresh from Earth Alkaline Purple Water. And we put it as purple because when you test alkaline water, the color does come out to be purple. So definitely come and check this out. But why am I talking about the water? We are 60 to 70% water inside the body. We have so many different fluids. We definitely have water inside of our body. We have lymph fluids. We have inflammatory fluids. We have bile. All of these many fluids are inside of the body. Well, the water is literally the activation that keeps things inside of the body moist that should be moist, like our mucosa. So when we are drinking water, the water goes in and it's already washing out impurities every day. So when we start talking about detoxification, I know this question will probably come up. When should we detox? And I'll say this several times. Detoxification should really take place every day. So water is part of your daily detoxification process. It's hydrating your body. It's helping remove the impurities from your blood. So if you're not hydrated, the body, typically you're going to experience constipation, bloating, because the digestive system isn't working right. I always tell people the colon is supple. It's very soft tissues, right? And so imagine picking a fresh green bean from a garden and you lay it out on the counter. Day one is vibrant. It looks good. It's green. It's just waiting. Day two, it dehydrates a little bit more. You leave it out over days, it gets ashy, it gets hard, and now it's brittle to where it can break. Well, when we don't get proper hydration inside of our bodies, that's literally what's going on inside of our organs. They're getting dehydrated, they're getting brittle, the cells can't communicate, and they can no longer function. So the first thing when it comes to detoxification that we have to talk about is literally making sure you get the right amounts of water every day. And just a rule of thumb, some people say drink half of your body weight in ounces. I'm a big fan, and just try to get yourself a half a gallon of hydration a day, because that's about a safe gallon no matter where your weight is. So definitely make sure you take out your hydration. This right here, we definitely want to talk, like I said, let thy food be thy medicine, and thy medicine be thy food. When we're eating proper, and we're eating for our health, which means we know what foods will activate our natural digestive process. Because yes, we can use water. Water we have to have. We're mostly water. But our body will detoxify itself when we're sweating. That's the skin activating the detoxification process. When we go to the bathroom and we have that poop, that's part of the detoxification process. But even the organs that we don't get to see every day are working so hard. You have your liver that's processing all of the material that's spinning out of the blood. So the liver is a hard-working joker down there. It's processing it all. You have your kidneys. You have the bile flows through the body. So detoxification is happening internally, externally, but it's the body's natural way that it will take care of itself in pushing out the toxins if we give it the nutrients it needs. This is why we say carve out on your leafy greens. Your kale, your arugula, these things are so important, making sure that you have your greens because they activate that detoxification process. So inside of this Fresh Start here, I know a lot of people make smoothies in the morning. A lot of people like their green shake. Fresh Start is a powerhouse right here because we have herbs in here like moringa. These are nutritive plants. You have herbs like a moringa and a chlorella that's providing over 77 minerals that the body needs. It's providing the proteins and the carbs that the body needs right here in Fresh Start. So when you drink Fresh Start, and you're only drinking 4 to 6 ounces of the Fresh Start a day, but when you drink Fresh Start, it is putting the enzymes, it's activating the enzymes, it's building the proteins inside of the body. You have your vitamins. So this is why you get such an anti-inflammatory reaction out of Fresh Start, because the detoxification process inside of the body, when you're detoxifying, for people who are dealing with pain, inflammation builds inside of the body when the body cannot excrete the waste that's coming through the body. It activates inflammation throughout the body. So Fresh Start is your food-based source. Are there questions that anyone has coming in?
Not as of yet. However, we are very interested in hearing you continue about the Fresh Start.
Okay, great. Just checking in. So, but that's your Fresh Start detoxification. But jump in and ask questions if you have some. A lot of questions are centered around, when should we detox? Everyone's always asking, when should we detox? How do we detox? How do I know when to detox? So here's some signs of when you should be looking out for a detox. If your skin is breaking out, it could be different textures of your skin, eczema. It doesn't have to be acne, but your skin, there's changes inside of your skin. You know you need to detox. Sometimes when you go to the bathroom, you just funky. You know, what is coming out? Because I'm telling you, not all shit is created equally. What is coming out if you are going to the bathroom? If you have pain, those are signs of detoxification. Sometimes people say, I'm just tired. No matter what I do, I'm just tired. I'm eating the right things. I'm trying to work out, but I'm just tired. So these are all signs of detoxification. I keep getting this cold every year. The same bacteria keeps coming back. All of these things are signs of that you need to detoxify. So when should we detoxify? Daily. And your daily detox are always going to be in your food sources and inside of your hydration. But I am a huge component of making sure that we do a full body detox at least once a quarter. And when I say a full body detox, I'm speaking to, because I know sometimes there's an argument about what's a cleanse, what's a detox. But when I talk cleanse and I talk detoxification, I'm talking about a time where you go in and you set your intentions to take impurities out of the body. So there's a blood cleansing process. The liver is getting its support that it needs. The digestive system is definitely being activated, getting the feces out of the body, getting out all of the uric acids through the urine, etc. So we want to make sure that we're doing that at least once a year. Once a quarter with our dieters detox. So our dieters detox is a full body detox. Kidney, the blood, you're definitely gonna work your colon. If you got a big belly, you just wanna bust it down a little bit, definitely always start with your dieters, okay?
So we have a question from Malia Walker. She asks, when detoxing, what do you recommend that people eat?
When people are detoxing, one of the goals of detoxing is to remove the toxins from the body. And not only to me, remove the toxins from the body, you also get into, you need to put the right nutrients back in the body. I am a huge component personally. When I detox, I eat plant-based. However, it's not that if you have a piece of meat and you're detoxing that it's a terrible thing or it'll stop the detoxification process. So I'm a huge fan of eating garden food. Again, I was explaining the colon is supple. And when we eat meat, it just takes more food enzymes. The body's working harder to digest it, which means things are sitting in the body longer. Fat lipids are sitting in the blood longer. So when we eat plant-based, the body does process it quicker. It moves the junk out of the body. So when we're detoxing, I always would suggest a plant-based diet most of the time. If you are a meat eater, maybe a chicken breast, a piece of salmon, so you can get at least your omega-3, 6, and 9s. But still, that should be about 10% of the diet. So you're only eating this maybe once a day, of course. But the rest of the day, I would suggest plant-based, making sure you're getting the proper hydration, looking out for your fibers, is how I would eat during a detox. You got a question?
We have one more question from Kubi. I believe you just answered that one. Do you recommend that people eat meat while detoxing?
I'm telling you, the meat thing is a funny thing because we live in a culture where veganism is just pushed really, really hard. You know, vegan this, vegan that. And so that's really a big question. And I really say you have to know your body sometimes. because you have to know what's working in your body. How my diet for my body might be completely different from your diet. There are people who need to be on a vegan diet who are looking to reduce inflammation. There are people who need to be on a vegan diet if you are of a certain blood type. However, I don't think that meat is a killer. I don't think it's a deal breaker for detoxing. I would say know where you're getting your meat, source your meat if you're so fortunate to do so, and making sure that it's the lesser of the diet, because at the end of the day, it does carry more fat. You know, we don't want all of this fat and cholesterol building in the body. It will activate inflammatory reactions throughout the body. But eating meat, not eating meat, it's not a deal breaker for me. I think you should be eating what's like you, which is plants most of the time. So this is our Restore tea. So I really wanted to just spend some time talking about Restore. Restore is a lymphatic cleanse. A lymphatic cleanse is so important. Specifically, I'm going to just feature our black sisters out here, because so many people are being diagnosed with fibroids. So many people are being misdiagnosed with breast cancer or have diagnosis of breast cancer. Restore is derived out of a tea formula called the ECAC tea. And it just has great properties of really supporting the cleansing of the lymphatic system. And when the lymphatic system is cleansed, did anybody know what the lymphatic system is? Because it manifests a lot inside when women are dealing with breast cancer, or if you're dealing with any form of cancer. So the lymphatic system is a big part of a preliminary to the immune system. It's catching all of the environmental toxins that's coming into the body, toxins that's coming in through the food, and it literally is trying to absorb and take out all of those things before your immune system has to fight it. When something passes the lymphatic system, now your immune system gets in and has to start fighting. So the power of the Restore tea, oftentimes when the lymphatic system is clogged, you'll find lower immune systems. You'll find lumps oftentimes inside of the breast. Uterine fibroids play a big piece of this. So Restore is one to cleanse the lymphatic system, an excellent blood cleanse, but a lymphatic cleanse. So if you're dealing with things like breast cancer, if you're dealing with things, a fibroid, even if you're bleeding heavy around your menstrual time, this is a tea that you want to just do periodically to make sure that your lymphatic system is cleansed. Yes, ma'am.
Could you, I'm trying to understand the lymphatic system. Could you say it's like the plumbing in the body, so when it gets clogged, now things are backed up inside the
Absolutely.
system?
Absolutely. Toxins, specifically when the lymphatic system is clogged, the toxins inside of the body they're locked in. They don't have anywhere to go. So the next step is that they cross into the blood, and your immune system now has to fight these things off because it becomes a sickness inside of the body. Any more questions on that?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
How much tea of a detox should you drink per day from Forever Toya?
Typically, you want to do a tea bag, which will make about 8 to 12 ounces of tea. You want to go through this at least 2 to 3 times a day. One of the beauties of making a tea, Toya, is that when you take the time just to stop to prepare your tea, and you're nurturing your body, you're loving on your body, because you're about to do something special and get all of the gook out of your body naturally, from an energetic standpoint, is already responding. So drinking about 2 to 3 cups of tea a day. Teas are supple. They're not volatile. They're not vicious in nature. So you can just drink the teas 2 to 3 times a day, and that will bring you to a strong detox. However, from a maintenance standpoint, if you're not really going in and going hard on a detox, you can drink the tea once a day. Any more questions? Yes, ma'am.
Can I go back to the water for just a minute? Why is the water so important?
Okay.
I'm talking about alkaline water.
Okay, so I'm going to geek out real quick on the alkaline water. Because alkaline water is another buzzword. Everybody's talking about alkaline. Because our inside of our body is about 7.5. So the alkalinity goes from an acidic number to an alkaline number. The body, most of the body is alkaline. And so disease has a hard time functioning inside of alkaline cells, if you will. So this is the push behind alkaline water. But I have a confession to say. We have the best water in Atlanta, the best alkaline water. You can come and test our water anytime you want for free. But here's the thing with water for me. I think we're getting too caught up in the conversation of alkaline versus spring water and just not drinking enough water. And the important thing about water is this. Our cells are like receptors. They're sponges. They're soaking stuff up all the time. They're moving throughout our bodies and they're soaking stuff up. If you're already dehydrated, because most people are suffering from dehydration. Most of us are chronically dehydrated because we're eating sodiums or we're drinking pops and sugars. So our body automatically doesn't have enough water in it, right? And so if your body doesn't have enough water in it, your cells that should be moving around, absorbing nutrients, producing other cells, they kind of stuck. They're sedative, which means those cells are dying. And when those cells die, you open up Pandora's box on yourself. Autoimmune disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, you name it. All of this can be a direct result from not having enough water. So when we're talking about water, here's my take on this. Check it out, Google it, fact check it. We have a human cell that can absorb about 6 ppm. That is the measurement of water. That's the measurement of a human cell. So I think we should be talking about the particles of the water. Can our bodies digest all of the hydration? Most particles in the water that we drink, no matter the brand, alkaline or not, are too big for the body to absorb. When you get purple label water, the technologies that we use here, it breaks the molecule of the water to the same size as the human cell. So that when you drink the water, you are getting direct hydration to your cells, your organs are getting direct hydration. And again, we're talking about detoxification. When your cells begin to drink the water, it can absorb the water, it can move the toxins out of the body. So that's really my thing with water. I'm a particle person. How big is the molecule of this water? Can my body absorb enough of it so that I can stay properly hydrated? I'm going to move on down the list. Bugaboo.
We do have another question from Malia Walker. She asks, how does alkaline water interact with the herbs and the detoxification process?
Two things. Alkaline water, number one, a hydrated body, the herbs are literally 50%, they have a 50% more chance of working in the body to a hydrated body because you're giving it something to work with. The organs are functioning, things are flowing. So when the body is hydrated, the body can respond. So when you drink the alkaline water, as I was saying, the particles, the human cells can absorb it. So all of your cells, sedative cells, are becoming back active. The body is hydrated. The colon can work the way that it's supposed to. So now you're getting a complete flush out. This is how it responds to detoxification. And again, don't go into a detoxification process if you're not properly hydrated. You're going to find yourself constipated, right? Yes, ma'am. So this is our bugaboo tea here. So our bugaboo tea is our parasitic cleanse. So oftentimes we hear things like parasites, intestinal worms, yeast, fungus. And again, this is a tea that, again, that's very popular among our ladies because if you're dealing with yeast infections, signs of parasitic environments inside of the body, this is a partiarco-based tea. And partiarco has so many benefits. It's an immunity. It is a antibacteria. It will definitely boost the immune system. So that is your king herb inside of the bugaboo tea. So the bugaboo tea is the tea that you do if you are dealing with a fungus, yeast, bacteria, and you want to cleanse in that way. We have I Love My Liver. Again, the liver is probably one of the hardest working organs inside of the body. It's filtering everything that's coming through the body, what we eat, what we brush our teeth with, what we're drinking. So this is a tea I suggest once a month, all the time. I Love My Liver. You should be doing something to help and support the cleansing process of your liver. It's so important for day-to-day health because oftentimes if the liver gets sluggish, is what assigns fat to the body. So now, you have a fatty liver, cholesterol begins to build, diabetes began to happen. So definitely take care of your liver and get the gook out of your body. This is probably one of the most important detoxes you can, which is your liver detox. And last but not least, I didn't know this guy had jumped up here, Snatch. Snatch is our weight loss formula. It definitely is going to work the digestive system and bust things down. It shrinks fat cells. And then we have our sea moss. I know everybody's going crazy for sea moss right now. Sea moss is a mucilage, if you will, that possess 92 minerals that the body naturally needs. So you take sea moss, the reason why we tie this in with our detoxification packages, because it moistens the colon, it aids in the power of digestion. Again, it's adding the minerals back to otherwise sedative cells or sedative enzymes. So it's activating the full functionality of the body so that your body can go to work and start detoxing.
We have another question about the bugaboo tea. In addition to being a yeast and fungal detox, can bugaboo also be used as a probiotic?
I would like to say it has probiotic. It has a probiotic vibe, if you will, because probiotics, where people compare the two, is the probiotic will get rid of bloating, yeast, fungus, aid in just balancing the pH of the intestines. Where the Partiarchal definitely is an alkaline herb, so it has the same effects that a probiotic would in regards to getting rid of yeast, fungus, and bacteria. However, I think, two different classes, because a probiotic is not necessarily a plant-based thing. Partiarchal is 100% plant-based, so I oftentimes suggest it to our people here at Fresh Earth as their plant-based probiotic, but I can't say they're exactly the same, or potato patata, if that's the question.
Another question about the sea
Questions?
moss gel that you use. How do you use the sea moss?
Sea moss can be used in so many ways. I get really cool with my sea moss. This is the gel. Oftentimes I add my sea moss into my tea. If you have the right stirrer, like if you're just stirring with your standard spoon, it can kind of stay coagulated. But I have, it's like a tea brush for matcha. If you brush it, it breaks down into your tea. You can take a tablespoon of this once or twice a day, just taking the taste of it. You can do sea moss powder right here. So you can even do sea moss powder. I even make sea moss smoothies. And check us out, we got some sea moss flights and shots coming soon here at Fresh Earth. But sea moss there's so many ways to take sea moss. It's up to your creativity. I honestly say check it out on some YouTube videos, because people are doing really cool things with sea moss, even learning how to do all of your recipes. You can take sea moss and put it on your face as a facial. It tightens the skin. It nourishes the skin. So it's a bad mamma jamma with minerals.
We had another customer that just came on live and
What's
asked Miss Perry. She says
Hey,
she
Miss
suffers
Perry.
from terrible allergies. Is there a tea or herb that you can recommend that can help?
Yes. So, listen, if you're like me in this season right now, we're going into a seasonal change. So my allergies, my sinuses are going crazy. And I know a lot of you guys are dealing with sinuses. And though we're talking about detoxification, this is when you go back to Restore, because Restore detoxifies the lymphatic system. But for you, my friend, if you're dealing with sinuses and allergy, we have a tea called Georgia Peach. Georgia Peach is a mullein-based tea. So what it does, it opens up just the bronchioles. It helps out with the histamines that's irritating you. So definitely check that out. It even has the bee pollen in it, so it's a nice boost of energy. But it's a fantastic tea if you're dealing with sinuses and allergy. And the natural way to do it, you're not sleepy, you're not going to get the itchy skin. It is what I drink every day, all day, specifically in this season and this seasonal change. So did that take care of you?
What if I'm not here? A question was, what if I'm not here in Atlanta? How could I order the teas if I don't live in Atlanta to come purchase?
Okay, so you can go to our website at freshfromearth.us. Again, that's freshfromearth.us. If you're following us on Instagram, the link is in the bio. And Facebook, the link is in the bio. So just go out, and on all of these teas, they're broken down. If you're looking for our detox teas, if you're looking for our men's health teas, if you're looking for our joint teas, they're all broken down into sections. It's a pretty fun site. So go check it out. And also just hit us up in DMs too if you have questions on a one-off, on a more private basis. I typically see all of the messages that are coming through. So if you do have a message, feel free to hit us up in our DMs about topics as well.
Another question presented: is there any foods aside from the Fresh Start that initiate detoxification?
Oh, absolutely. Again, your leafy greens, I would say, you want to just really carve out on your greens. You're getting your minerals, your antioxidants, you're getting your fibers from your greens. So you really want to go in on the green foods. Things like okra, powerful detoxification food. A household favorite is apple cider vinegar. It pulls fat out of the blood and breaks it down into small parts so that the body can get rid of it. So apple cider vinegar, okra, your greens, your fruits play a large part in opening up antioxidants. So getting those guys early in the morning, because they're going to spike your energy through the glucose. They're also providing you the antioxidants so that your cells can breathe. So your fruits, your vegetables, in regards to detoxification, that's where I would go. And remember your fiber sources, like an apple, the skins of it. So it's scrubbing, it's cleansing. So these are some things that eat from the garden. Eat to live, eat from the garden when you really think about things that's going to activate the detoxification system.
Another question posed, speaking of detoxification, would that process be safe for pregnant women?
Absolutely. A pregnant a mother should be detoxing, again, from a day-to-day perspective. However, if you are pregnant, your choice of herbs do get a little bit more limited, and your palate naturally is going to change throughout your pregnancy. So if you're pregnant, I would rely heavily on things such as chlorophyll. I would rely heavily on food-based sources and single herbs and not combinations. Typically is how I would advise a mother, because your list of herbs just get a bit smaller. We don't want anything to make you contract too soon or to interfere with the growth of the child.
Amazing. We have another question from Greg Mitch Jr. What is a recommended
What's
tip
up,
to
Greg?
stay awake during an overnight shift from 11 p.m. to 7 p.m. for energy and attentiveness?
Energy and attentiveness. Okay, great. So lots going on in there. You're working an overnight shift. Is that what he said, Carlos?
Yes.
And he needs to just stay up.
Yes.
There's vitamins, nutrients, fresh start. Listen, when you feed the body the proper things and you're putting the vitamins and nutrients in it, and if your body is still not responding and it's sluggish after you put yourself on a good source of vitamins like a fresh start or a multivitamin, and you're getting the proper rest, if the body is still sluggish, then it could be in the adrenals. Our adrenals do play a big part of how energetic we are every day. So I would tease, honestly, you can go licorice root. So our boom is an amazing tea. It's just like a 5-hour. It's going to boost your energy. You stay extremely mentally engaged and focused. It has the licorice root in it, so it's going to boost up just the energy in the overall body while nourishing the adrenal gland. So that's where I would go if I had an overnight shift. Yes, sir. Boom. Yes, so boom is all the hype. And for the gentlemen, you guys will really love it, because it has signs to. It just really makes your manhood go wild. So you enjoy boom. Check it out.
We have another question from Mrs. Gordon.
Oh.
Which one would be your number one daily detox?
Hands down, Fresh Start. I literally start every day with Fresh Start, because Fresh Start, it's going to give me my morning energy. It's like a meal replacement, because I have all of the nutrients that's needed inside of Fresh Start. I know that Fresh Start is taking care of my liver, it's cleansing my blood. I have my vitamins, my enzymes, my nutrients. So Fresh Start is my everyday. This is why we call it Fresh Start, because when you really get Fresh Start every day and put yourself on a Fresh Start challenge, I am telling you, if it's inflammation, if it is blood pressure, if it is constipation, if it is low energy, if it is low libido, if your hair's not growing, whatever it is, Fresh Start's going to meet you on your wellness journey from wherever you are. Miss Gordon, how you doing? And so I'm definitely going to show you guys some cool ways, again, in regards to controlling the strength of your tea, because teas are a very volatile thing. They have strength levels. So if you are steeping a tea, I wish I had some water, some hot water. So if you're steeping a tea, typically a tea bag will produce about 16 ounces of water. And if I let this tea steep for about 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, then we just got a tea. But because these are herbs, our herbs are not like some of these cheesy green teas that you can get out to the grocery store. Like, this is one of our tea bags. You're getting whole leaves. You have roots. You have herbs inside of here. So you want the herb to steep, okay? So the minimum time you want to steep one of our teas is really 10 minutes. Let the steam stay in it. It protects the volatiles of the tea, right? So another way to steep a tea, if you want it just a bit stronger, we're going to put on a 10-minute steep. This is the same tea that's been steeping for about 30 minutes. If you boil a tea for 10 minutes, cut the fire off, and let it steam for 20 minutes to an hour, you go from a tea to an infusion, right? And so now you're dealing with a whole completely different strength of the tea. Last but not least, put this water in here. This is a tea this is our Restore tea actually. So for all the people who had questions, maybe that had an interest in using Restore tea for uterine fibroids, for support with fighting breast cancer, building your immune system, cleansing your lymphatic system, this is the Restore tea. And the Restore tea specifically, if you have any of those things, you want to take the Restore tea, put it in water, and let it sit overnight. Let it steep throughout the entire night. Because then the next morning you have a whole different mamma jamma. So this is how you get to your strongest level of tea, an overnight steep. Yes, the water cools down, but those botanicals are still releasing. Steeping for at least 10 to 15 minutes with a 20-minute steam, you have an infusion. 10 minutes or less, we have just a good cup of tea. Is there any more questions before does the team have any questions?
So I know that you stressed the importance of detoxification. Are there any organ-specific detoxes or system-specific detoxes that you would suggest?
Absolutely. So there's many organs you want to pertain to. Your skin is a detoxification organ in regards to blood cleansing. You have your liver that you definitely want to take care of with I Love My Liver, because the liver is working extremely hard day and night to keep all of the impurities out of the body. So the liver is a system you can detox. You can detox the colon with our Dieter's tea. Our Dieter's tea is going to, again, flush out the blood, cleanse out the colon. It's going to destroy parasitic environment. So this is your full body. So there's many different ways you can detox. Sometimes you just want to do a skin detox. A good skin detox, if you don't have any of these things, and you can find these things, it's just burdock. Burdock will go in and detoxify the blood, detoxify the skin, heal your skin conditions. So there are different ways to detox the body. And sometimes you don't want to do a full body detox. If you know there are certain things inside the body, like if you have sinus infections constantly, then you know you want to detox the lymphatic system. If you have urinary tract infections from time to time, if you have some issues, if you're drinking a lot of alcohol, eating the wrong things, you want to support the liver. So there's many different organs inside of the body, and sometimes you want to nurture those organs by organ. If I answered that question, hopefully I did, because I like detoxing specific organs, and then I'll do my full body detox at set times.
Trevor Rogers asks, what's good for inflammation?
Oh, inflammation. So inflammation is created inside of the body, again, oftentimes through the wrong foods. Our body can't process all of the processed food we have, be it, I don't even want to jump into the food sources, I was going to go off for a moment. But the processed foods produce inflammation inside of the body. So when there's inflammation inside of the body, that's a lot of signs that, just change the diet, reduce a lot of your meat, reduce a lot of your processed breads and processed food. That alone and increasing your hydration will take care of inflammation inside of the body. But anti-inflammatory herbs, you want to deal with things like a fresh start, which has your natural turmeric in it. Turmeric will aid in reducing inflammation inside of the body. We have a tea that's called Flame Off. I don't have it up here, but Flame Off goes in and strengthens up your overall structural system while reducing inflammation in the body. You have herbs like your safflower that is anti-inflammatory. Your burdock is anti-inflammatory. So these are some of the things that you would use if you're dealing with inflammation inside of the body. But I would definitely start with more hydration. I would definitely change out my food. I have found that when I reduce red meats in my diet, inflammation is reduced inside of my body. So I don't know your blood type, but these are some of the things that you might just want to apply. But check out our Flame Off tea. All of the anti-inflammatory herbs that you need are inside of there. It's also strengthening up the structural system, supporting the overall circulatory system of the body. So hopefully that answered your question.
Money the Gym asks, how often should you detox yearly and why?
I go by the rule, you should detox at the close of every season. That's 4 times a year. That's 4 times a year to take 7 days to focus specifically on your body. So when you detox at the close of every season, it gives your body the ability to build a stronger immune system. It gives your body the ability to handle the histamines coming in the next season. And at the same time, you took the time just to support your body, your liver, overall. So definitely seasonally. And I'll jump in here because we are in the midst of a pandemic with COVID-19. So a lot of questions, how do I build a powerful immune system? The number one way to build a powerful immune system is knowing the power of detox. If you leave and don't have anything else, remember, if you want a strong immune system, it starts with what you're putting inside of your body and what you're allowing to be exited from your body. Because a strong immune system, 75% of our immune system, in fact, is inside of our colon, right? About another 20% of that, I believe, is inside of the mucosa, right up under the human skin. And so if you are not excreting, if you're not detoxifying, crossing into this winter with COVID-19, you will be highly susceptible. This is the season to make sure that you detox so that your immune system can properly rebound, and then give it the nutrients, and it will remain strong for you and fight for you throughout the winter. So definitely take care of your immune system by starting with a detox. But Monty, every 3 months, at least every 3 months. But I'm a huge component of daily detoxing too in the meantime. Don't let all of that build up. There's too much gook. There's too many heavy metal toxins. There's too many environmental toxins. There's too many hormones inside of the blood. We have too many processed foods to really wait 3 months. We need to be detoxing every day with things like Fresh Start, alkaline water, herbs like chlorella that's pulling heavy metal toxins. We live in Atlanta, chemtrails everywhere. Everybody's affected by the heavy metal toxins. Get that out of your blood and prevent sickness.
There's another question that's asked that says, what can I mix in the powder of Fresh Start to make it tasty?
Squeeze a fresh lemon, also part of a detoxification food. Squeeze a fresh lemon inside of your Fresh Start. You can also combine it with fresh a smoothie. If you're doing smoothies and you have your fruits and your antioxidants, add your 4 to 6 ounces of Fresh Start inside of your smoothie. That's how I would do it. But most important, remember that you're just drinking for your health. Take it. Boom. Have your water, your chaser, and just knock it out. It's crucial.
We have another question.
Yes.
Are there any products that you suggest that Fresh Mirth carries that deal with high toxin or drug detoxes?
Absolutely. We have a product that's not up here, and it's called Kick It. Kick It is actually our I Love My Liver stacked with our Dieter's Tea with a little bit of the lymphatic cleanse. So it's literally a stack of 3 of our teas. It's called Kick It. Kick It goes in and even begins to purify even in fat tissue cells and pockets in the body for people who have concerns about THC inside of their blood. It detoxes the liver, it detoxes the colon, the blood. So Kick It is a bad mamma jamma. It even has the activated charcoal that goes in and it starts to absorb the toxins out of the body and gets it out through the digestive tract. So Kick It, if you need it, is Kick It. Also, we do ship Kick It as well. It's not on our website, so you will have to call the store or leave us a DM on Kick It. But Kick It can be shipped. But it is a powerful, powerful test. And if you take Kick It 48 hours before you got to have a test, our customers are extremely successful. I'm just saying, if you're looking for a job, you might not want to have certain stuff on you, in you. Get it out.
Someone has questions about the teas. Could you just go through the products again and
Absolutely.
just let them know where we're at with them?
So this is alkaline water. We're talking about alkaline water starts the detoxification process because a hydrated body, the colon is functioning properly, the cells are functioning properly, the enzymes have the best opportunity to work. We were talking about our daily detox, which is Fresh Start. Fresh Start is all of the nutrients you need, your vitamins, your minerals, your food source. You can skip a meal off of Fresh Start. And at the same time, it is detoxifying the body. It's a powerful heavy metal toxin pusher. Our Dieter's Tea is our full body detox. It interrupts and destroys parasitic environments. It cleanses the blood. It's going to activate the emptying of the colon. You name it, Fresh Start is going to be there. So, Dieter's is going to be there, which is an increase in energy. We have our Restore, which is our lymphatic and our blood cleanse. So if you do have things and you're struggling with things, fibroids, breast cancer, clogged lymphatic systems, this is where you want to go with our Restore. Our Bugaboo is our parasite tea. Our parasitic tea destroys fungus, yeast, buildups inside of the body, at the same time cleansing. So if you're struggling with things like constant and repeat yeast infections, bloating, you have a fungus growing in the body, this is where you want to be with this. This is straight Party Arco and Golden Seal. I Love My Liver is our liver detox. It's detoxifying, purifying the liver, supporting the excretion of toxins from the liver and getting it out the body so the liver can work not so hard. And we have our friend Snatch, which is our weight loss tea. and we talked about the power of sea moss. How sea moss is a mucilage, how it moistens the colons, it activates the digestive system, it gives the body the 92 minerals that it needs so that it can function. Without these minerals, you have way too many sedative cells, you have way too many sedative enzymes, which means nutrients are no longer communicating through your body, and your body is breaking down. Sickness is taking place. So that's the power of your sea moss. And then we went over some steeping instructions here. A tea, which is a 10-minute steep or less. A 1 hour steep, which is an infusion. And getting your tea to your strongest fusion, which will be overnight.
We have another question. Is it possible to over detox?
If you're detoxing the wrong way, absolutely. But every day you go to the bathroom, you're detoxing. That's your organs working. Every day you urinate, you're detoxing. Every day you sweat, you're detoxing. Work your human anatomy. Work it out. So you should be detoxing every day. Now, if you're like on I Love My Liver, if you take this and you've been on this for 2 weeks, then you come up off of I Love My Liver, and you might want to stay off of it for about a week or 2 weeks, because you don't want to mess up the enzymatic process that's going on inside of the liver, or make the liver work less hard because it's too cold dependent on this. So when you're detoxing on a daily, every day, if not your quarterly detoxes, or if you have something going on that's directed specifically to disease in the body, then we can talk system detoxes.
And another question
Yes.
we have, what is the difference between detoxing and fasting?
Oh, Jesus. Detoxing and fasting is always a big question. Fasting is just that. You are limiting food from the body. And fasting does play a part in detoxifying, because sometimes we have I always give this example. The body can only process about 3 meals typically a day. So you should have about 3 bowel movements. Most of us are only having 1 to 2 bowel movements a day, right? So there becomes a buildup, because now you have 2 bowel movements left in you. The next day, 3 trains come in, 3 meals, only 1 left off. Now you got 5 meals backed up in you. You're starting to get some love coming around you. You know, it's building up. What was your question? I got thrown off talking about how we get clogged up.
Detoxing and fasting.
Detoxing and fasting. So detoxing for me is when you go into the body and you're cleansing the blood, you're cleansing the liver, you're supporting or activating the natural detoxifications of the body. You're using your herbs and your food. You are detoxing. When you are fasting, you're saying, I'm giving my digestive system a break. And by way of giving it a break, it will absorb more nutrients, if you will, and it does activate the detoxification process. But fasting and detoxing are completely different. Absolutely.
And a late question.
A late question
on the menu.
Late and last
Why do you feel it is necessary to detox?
Oh Jesus! I hope y'all know I answer that a certain way to get detoxing it's just necessary. You want to get all of the gook out of your ass. You want to get it out of your organs. You want fat lipids in the blood to be broken down and excreted from the body. You want your liver working for you. You want beautiful skin. You want your energy to be protected. You want your immune system working for you. All of these are the benefits of detoxification. And a body that is not detoxed is a sickness waiting to happen. Just because you have no signs of good health, disease or dysfunction in the body, health does not mean the absence of disease, because sometimes a lot is going on in the body that we don't even see, that we don't even feel just yet. So detoxification is so important to get all of these foreign invaders out, and that your cells can rebound and do what they do. And this is it. Again, I know we covered a lot. Y'all pulled me in a lot of different ways. I got hit with a few curveballs. But if you have questions, hit us up on our DMs. We're at Fresh From Earth Tea on Instagram. You can find us online at freshfromearth.us. And just Google Fresh From Earth. We're the only Fresh From Earth that's popping right here in Atlanta, Georgia, putting plant-based medicine back in our community the way that we should. We've been sick too long. The government has it blocked us out of healthcare. All you hear them talking about healthcare. It's worth trillions of dollars. It has shut down governments. But you have the opportunity to take the power of your health and put it in your hands by learning the basis of plant-based medicine and knowing that when your body's in dysfunction or in dis-ease, how to take care of yourself, how to pull up at Fresh Murph and discuss these problems and work your way through. That power of healthcare is in your hands. This is the only healthcare. It is the true healthcare. If we're not talking about this, we're not talking about healthcare. We're talking about sick care. Come out. Have a good drink with us. Have a tea with us. We are definitely very proud of what we do. We fight for what we do. We try to get it right. We study, 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 study. So please, come and check us out. And I'm out. Any more questions? I'm out. Any more questions? I'm out. Any more questions? I'm out. Right.
Will we see you again and when?
Yeah, so you will see me again. We're going to be doing these once a month. And so we're going to just be talking to you guys, just really just getting interaction, showing you guys the power of plant-based medicine. There's so much to talk about. We have so many breakthroughs in this store. People coming off of blood pressure medication, people coming off of diabetes medication, people losing weight, bald head scalp, people's hair growing back. There's so many positive things that's going on in here. So we really just want to share the power of plant-based medicine and all that you can do for yourself using these herbs. So that's when you see me next month, and I will do some short videos in between. Sometimes some things be going on and we'll talk about it. So just stay tuned, I would say. Amen. Amen.
Amen.